Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the CTE Companion. Today we will be reacting to the UFC 327 Prochazka versus Ulberg. First off, I'm gonna give this fight, this pay-per-view numbered event an 8.5 out of 10. Really, really, really good fights. A lot of them delivered. Two or three of them under-delivered a little bit, but overall, a really, really good fight card. Fight of the night. I have two for this one. Two very different fights. First off, obviously, Curtis Blades versus Josh Hokett. If you haven't seen it, you need to go back and rewatch this. The first round was one of the best rounds I've ever seen. The whole fight was amazing. They fought fucking tooth and nail. It was absolutely amazing. And I'm also going to give it to Cub Swanson and Nate Landwehr. This one was not a 3 round banger. This was Cub Swanson's swan song. It was he was able to get the finish in the first round. It was just a great fight, very dominant. So I'm gonna give both them fight of the night honors. Worst fight of the night, I'm gonna give to Walker versus Reyes. If you are going out of your way to only watch a few of these fights, this is one you can skip. Knockout of the night, I'm gonna give that to Cub Swanson and Carlos Ulberg. They both deserve it. Submission of the night, I'm gonna give to Tatiana Suarez. There was only two, and I think that she submitted a higher level opponent than Mateus Gamrot did. Anyways, let's get into the fights. So we have a new light heavyweight champion. Well, no matter what it was going to be new, but a first-time champion, Carlos Ulberg. What a interesting fight, to be honest. Early in the fight, about a minute and a half into it, Carlos Ulberg kind of seemed to stumble backwards and pop. It was on the back of his calf. I'm sure the information's out by now, but that's kind of the Achilles area, and he was not really able to stand on it. It was very obvious. Every time he would step backwards on it, it would kind of buckle. He threw a head kick at one point. Like with the left leg and the right leg, which is the one that was injured, kind of buckled out again. Jiri Prochazka could obviously tell. Everyone could, and instead of taking advantage and capitalizing, Jiri just kept pointing at the ground, saying, "Let's stand still. Let's stand and bang." He didn't want to win against a compromised opponent. Not to take anything away from Carlos Ulberg, but he stood there. He didn't want to take advantage of it. It put a little bit of a damper on this fight. But check hook from hell. Jiri Prochazka was standing in the pocket, not taking advantage of the injured leg. Through, I believe it was it might have been a cross. It was something. Carlos Ulberg pulled back, landed a big left hook, dropped for Jiri Prochazka. Jiri Prochazka kind of was able to get in on a leg. Didn't matter. Ulberg followed with some nasty, nasty, nasty ground and pound and finished Jiri Prochazka in the first round and is the new light heavyweight champion. Wow. He must hit really hard because Roundtree was not able to wobble him. Jamal Hill was not able to rock Jiri Prochazka. The only guy who's finished Jiri Prochazka in the UFC has been Alex Pereira. Ulberg was able to get it done. Just a picture perfect left hook right on the button. Found the counter. And yeah, in the co-main event of the evening, Paulo Costa finished TKO'd Azamat Mirzakhanov. He was winning this fight. He was on his way to winning the decision. Used a lot of kicks, like I said in my prediction. This for me, this is a little bit difficult to predict. I took Mirzakhanov ultimately. I also took Jiri. I ended up 6-5 on picks. On a little side note, ended up started really well. It was like 6-2 or something, and then just fucking missed on 3 in a row. Yeah, these three that are on the screen right now missed on all of them. So, way she goes. Anyways, Paulo Costa was using his kicks early. He was keeping him at range, landed the inside kicks, landed the body kicks in the first round. Mirzakhanov couldn't close the distance on Paulo Costa. In the second round, he was able to find that the distance. He landed some big shots in the second, some big punches. Yeah, he Beckon's second round was much better for him, and in the third round, it looked like Mirzakhanov broke his hand blocking a kick from Paulo Costa. Paulo Costa came out really strong in the third round, threw about 5 or 6 head kicks, and the second or third one broke Mirzakhanov's. Well, he's southpaw, so his his left hand. He was blocking on that open side, wasn't able to get both hands across. Just one foot to the head, broke the hand. You saw him kind of try and shake it out, try and throw it at one point. It wasn't working. Paulo Costa then threw like a seventh head kick or something, and Mirzakhanov kind of wobbled and then just kind of fell to his back, and the referee stopped it. I think the hand was just kind of done. It looked like, if the hand wasn't broken, he might have been able to continue, but the hand was broken, and there was a minute, and it was only, you can see a minute 23 left or into the third round. So, you know, there we go. Big TKO by Paulo Costa looked really good at light heavyweight. I would really like to see him in Roundtree next. That would be awesome. And fight of the night, the UFC gave this fight of the night. Holy shit. This was an amazing fight. That was the Josh Hokett came out heavy, came fast and heavy. Wobbled Curtis Blades early in the first, flipped him off like 15 times. He came out, rocked him, busted him up, had him bleeding. Minute and a half in, and then Curtis Blades shoots. Hokett stuffed it. They got back to the feet, a little bit more action. I'm not going to be able to do this justice. Just go watch it. It was just bloody and crazy output. They said most strikes ever in a 3-round heavyweight fight. You can tell probably maybe top 10 strikes ever. I don't know. I might be exaggerating, but this was just an amazing fight. I'm not even going to actually try and break this down. Hokett, he is the real deal. Blades put no quit. His face was busted up. He was looking bad at the end of it. No quit in either of these guys. They're both dogs. Josh Hokett versus Derek Lewis was added to the White House card. That's going to be certainly one of the fights. I don't know if it'll live up to this one, but yeah, this was an amazing fight. Go back and watch it. I gave 10 out of 10. Yeah, I gave 8 out of 10 for the Mirzakhanov Paulo Costa fight. And now we're on to Dominic Reyes versus Johnny Walker. It was just a boring technical, you know, they were both scared of each other's power. Split decision went to Reyes. I picked Reyes. I kind of maybe thought he actually lost this fight, but the real losers were the fans, if I'm being honest with you. Anyone who had to watch this one. It was just, yeah. Got the pick right, though. Don't go back and watch this. In opening the main card, we have Cub Swanson and Nate Landwehr. 40-15. I didn't even see Nate Landwehr land 15 strikes. Cub Swanson came out hot and heavy, fucking poured it on him early, got the finish in the first round. What a way to retire. Absolutely amazing. He just kind of rolled over him. 10 out of 10 fights. It was a 10 out of 10 fight. The lots of action the whole time. It went the whole 4 minutes was very action packed. They gave Cub Swanson a nice retirement. Joe Rogan was crying in the interview. Awesome, wholesome, super fun. Go back and watch this. It's only one round. If you have 5 minutes, it's worth the watch. And the main event of the prelims, we have Cub Swanson and Nate Landwehr. No, oh my God, Cub Swanson, Nate Landwehr. Jesus Christ. Patricio Pitbull and Aaron Pico. Pico came out kind of slow in this fight. Pico won this one by decision. He came out kind of slow in the first round, kind of measured, kind of technical. The commentators were roasting whoever gave Pitbull the first round. I also actually gave Pitbull the first round, if I'm being completely honest with you. I gave Pico the second and third. Yeah, Pitbull was just landing the bigger, heavier shots. Pico was able to get some takedowns in there, but in the second and third round, that's when you saw Aaron Pico, the patented aggression, the big boxing combinations. He was able to land some good shots. He looked fast. I'm surprised Pitbull was not put down. Pitbull's tough. Pico got rocked a few times, but he really is just Ilya Taporia without a chin. That's what I was saying. And then someone else on commentary stole that from me. But yeah, he just throws calf. All of his kicks missed. He threw inside kicks. He wrestled. He punches. He doesn't knee. He doesn't elbow. He just boxes and wrestles. Not mini, but Ilya Taporia without a chin. Excuse me. If he had a chin, I would look forward to him fighting up into the division, but I just worry about him every time he gets hit now. I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna get flat. Like, oh my God, like it's hard to pick him because you just think he's gonna fold every time he gets touched. But he is good. He has a lot of speed, a lot of power. Really good performance from Aaron Pico. Uh, I didn't rate this one. I forgot to, but I would probably give it a off. This was last night. I'd probably give it a 7.5 out of 10. Good fight. The Kevin Holland and Randy Brown fight. This kind of under delivered as well, just like the Reyes fight. Um, Kevin Holland was, you know, going throwing a lot of leg kicks. Randy Brown's lead leg was welting up, like not even like swelling, like it looked like hematomas, like welts on there. Randy Brown dropped Kevin Holland in the first round, and then Kevin Holland either dropped him or kind of knocked him over. I think depending on how you scored that, if you scored that a knockdown, I would have gave Kevin Holland the first round. If you scored it as a slip, then I would have gave Randy Brown the first one because he dropped Holland with a big hook. Yeah, and that's the first round. Yeah, Randy Brown also landed some big up kicks from guards after he got dropped. In the second, that's when Kevin Holland started doing his talking. He fucking grabbed an anaconda from standing, kind of like snapped him down a little bit, grabbed an anaconda super, super deep. No idea how Randy Brown got out and was able to survive, but he was. Very clear second round for Holland. And then the third round, there's just a lot of clinching. It was a lot of holding up against the fence. Very boring third round. Overall, I give that fight a 6.5 out of 10. This was a kind of boring three fight run. The Suarez, Godinez, Mateus Gamrot, Esteban Ribovic, pretty, pretty honestly kind of boring. I actually think that if these two fight, like the Suarez and the Gamrot fights, were not back to back, then I would have liked the Gamrot Ribovic fight a little bit more. But Gamrot, his wrestling was too much for Ribovic. He got the submission in the second with an arm triangle. In the second, Ribovic kind of threw some looping shots. Gamrot got under there, really impressive takedown, got Ribovic down. Ribovic got back up. Gamrot got him down again and submitted him with an arm triangle. Yeah, and the first round was mostly just Gamrot being on top. Esteban Ribovic was able to get back up a couple times and advance, improve his position. So there was a little bit of scrambles, which were kind of fun, but there was, 2 or 2.5 minutes of static positions, which is when the grappling gets really boring, in my opinion. So yeah, I give this one a 6 out of 10, and I'm just gonna paint them both with the same stroke. Suarez, similar idea. She got rocked in the first, actually. I give the Suarez one a 5 out of 10 because Godinez was not able to get back up like Esteban Ribovic was. Tatiana Suarez versus Lupi Godinez. In the first, Lupi Godinez rocked Suarez bad. And then she just kind of, instead of letting her back up and continuing to strike, she stayed on the ground with Suarez, tried to land some shots. Suarez was able to reverse position, get her down, control her for most of the first. And in the second, Suarez took her down, got her back, and submitted her with a rear naked choke. So the prelims were not that good. The early prelims were really good. Oh my god. Oh, so this was a draw? Majority draw. I guess I had it wrong. Um Chris Padilla versus Marco Medinos. This was a draw. I swear to God, this was a majority decision. Yeah, decision majority. This was not a draw. Chris Padilla won this one. Um, what happened was Markel Medeiros I poked Chris Padilla twice. So one judge had it, he got a point taken away, so one judge had it 28-28, but two judges had it 29-27. I had it 30-26 for Padilla. This was a fucking great fight. Gave this one an 8.5 out of 10. This was for a very long time gonna be my actual fight of the night until Curtis Blades and Josh Hokett stole the show. This was a really, really, really good fight. So many elbows. There were so many. They were both busted up bad. Medeiros was landing the majority of the elbows, but Padilla was throwing them too. Padilla just kind of overwhelmed Medeiros with volume. He threw so many strikes. He missed weight. He came in on short notice, so I'm surprised he had the gas tank to get this done. I am 100% sure that Padilla won this fight and that this is wrong, so I'm just going to keep talking like that. Padilla did win. I don't even. Oh, and Padilla's corner was so funny. That also added to this. Oh my god, I have some quotes. He says, Medeiros doesn't like getting hit. He's light skinned. Oh, he's trash in the pocket. Medeiros went for a hip toss, like a whizzer kick. He doing judo. He trash. They not like us. They don't want to be in here. He got a bunch of yes men in his corner. His Dean Thomas was saying his coach's name is Jumpy. Fucking, he was so funny. That made my night. Definitely added to this fight. An absolute banger of a fight. I'm gonna give another half point just for the corner. This is a 9 out of 10 fight. This fight was awesome. If it wasn't for Blades and uh Hoke, this would have been fight of the night. Probably should have still gave it to them because they're on the early prelims and they could have. I imagine they could use the money a little bit more, but it is what it is. That's the way it goes. Anyways, Kelvin Gastelum versus Vicente Luque. Vicente Luque fucking dropped him with an uppercut. He was in southpaw this fight. He is orthodox. I had to check. It was like, I swear to God, Luque is not southpaw. He wasn't switching stances. He had switched stances to southpaw. And then he dropped him with like a lead uppercut and then submitted submitted him with an anaconda. I forgot about this one. You know what? Submission of the night goes to Vicente Luque. I'm going to make an addendum. Vicente Luque submitted Kelvin Gastelum, dropped him with an uppercut, submitted him with an anaconda choke. Great fight for as long as it lasted. Kelvin Gastelum looked good for, the first 3 minutes. He looked fast like he always does, but Luque at 185, I guess he's got power. It looked good. And opening the fight, I kind of missed it. I tuned in. I was watching the Tyson Fury fight. When I turned this on, it was the third round. Charles Radke had no. Francisco Prado had Charles Radke in a really deep guillotine. I was worried that this was gonna fuck with my pick. It didn't end up doing that though. Radke got out. No idea how. There were two, like this one and that other one I talked about. This the Kevin Holland submission. Those two were absolutely insane submissions that I'm surprised both those guys got out of, but they did. Charles Radke got it done. And yeah, just an absolutely great fight night, or not fight night, I keep saying that. Absolutely great numbered event. Really, really good. One of the best this year. Probably the best so far. That one fight night 2 weeks ago might have been a little more entertaining start to bottom, but at least this one had some name value. So, yeah, probably best card of the year so far. If you're still here, thank you so much. Please drop a like and subscribe, and have a great day.